Hi Taurus, welcome to Swedish Dharma Tarot. My name's Christina and I'm a Swedish Australian living and working in southern Sweden at the moment. But I need to ask for your help, and I will do that before I shuffle anymore. For the second week in a row, Spirit has encouraged me to do a portrait, and for the second time in a row a child has appeared. And these are spirits that have passed and now want to reconnect with their family that are still in our dimension. And the child that came through this week is an African American from Omaha, and his name was Dylon. He passed at the age of 8, and he was born in 1979, and he was a Pisces. So any day now he would have been turning 41. So his parents are probably pensioners by now, but possibly his siblings or other family. It would be really nice if you could ask them to contact me by mail, and I will do a proper portrait. I can't show this, it's more like a caricature, but it would give me great pleasure to have the opportunity to have contact with the family, do a proper portrait, and send them the message that he would like them to hear. Thank you. Now, let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. This is a conflict that's been laid down. So, not laid down, but resolved. So, Spirit, what would you like to tell Taurus? What would you like to tell Taurus? Here comes another card. Is that you? Yeah? It probably is, so I will keep you here. If it's not you, then it'll turn out here. I'll see that in the spread after. Okay, so the tarot cards that I work with are called the Goddess Tarot. They're made by the American artist Chris Waldher, and I find them magic. They've taught me everything I know, so I can't really swap and change decks when I'm working. I have to stay with this one, but it's a pleasure to do that. The whole major arcana is made up of goddesses from all over the world and all different time periods. Yes, I do believe it was you, dear Taurus, Queen of Coins or Pentacles, that fell out before. So there's something about a conflict that's been resolved, and I think maybe you've had a lot of bothers both in your work situation and in your marriage. I think you might be quite recently divorced and things aren't really that settled yet, and it will be a little bit longer. I don't know how much, but they show me, Spirit shows me this card, the Nine of Wands, and it tells me that time's not quite ready. You have to wait a little bit longer, and during that time the Two of Pentacles tells me that you'd be best to just be very passive, because it's about a divorce settlement for sure. Here's the marriage in reverse, and here is the outcome, the judicial outcome that's not resolved yet. So if you can, try and bide your time. That's the best thing you can do at the moment. Take very good care of you and your children. I see at least 2 of them, a boy and a girl. So the more you can take care of yourself, the better. But I think also work is kind of sucking you dry, to put it bluntly. The Three of Pentacles is your work, your employment. It's coming up in the reverse. But this one, unfortunately, isn't in the reverse, and it's the Nine of Swords. And when it's like this, it tells me that you are at best very, very tired, but possibly also completely exhausted. Maybe to the extent where you can't work at the moment. It could be that. It doesn't have to be that work itself is sucking you dry. It could be that you're not capable of working because of all these troubles with your divorce. And then I understand the conflict here. But it's also very typical that I can't tell the time. So the conflict comes up as it's in your past. But when looking at the spread, we realize that you're in the middle of this. But it's a good omen because it means that it will pass and it will turn out fine. It will settle down. Yes. So if you can just try and rest and take as good care of yourself and your children as possible so that you can maybe return to work soon, because I see that the whole process is going to cost you a bit of money. Unfortunately, it's unavoidable when we divorce. We do. Women, we lose another larger income, and men feel like, well, all money is their money, so it's like we take it from them. So it's a lose-lose situation when it comes to money when we divorce. It's very sad. But better to take the economic challenge, or whatever you would call it, than to stay in a marriage that's unhappy and putting that energy onto the poor children that are still at home, and doing that, saying that I can't live because of my children. Lots of people do that. But the real truth is that I like the money, I like the economics the way it is now, so I don't want to rock the boat. Women and men both do this, unfortunately. So big congratulations. I understand, Taurus, that for you that wasn't an easy decision, for sure. Well done. Let's see what Doreen Virtue's Goddess Oracle cards have to say. Spirit. What does Taurus, our Mrs. Taurus, our Taurus friend, need to know? These cards were a present from my soul sister Julia in Australia. I'm very happy to use them. Oh, I think it was this one that flipped. Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. You're good at that, Taurus. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. So that's interesting. It looks like, it might look from the outside like your whole life is collapsing, your whole economy is collapsing, and it's not. But it's not. You'll be fine. A yogic path. Texts are written by Sahara Rose, and Danielle Knoll has done the artwork. And I can really recommend these. They're wonderful. There are deities in here. There's things from yoga and Ayurveda, chakras, spirituality. Whoa! And they're terrific. After 100 readings, I'm still waiting for the Dharma card to come. Satya. Satya. Satya, maybe. My Hindi is not very good. It's from yoga. So, dear Taurus friend, truthfulness, Yama, truthfulness. You're moving toward your truth, peeling off all layers of inauthenticity that have been placed upon you by social conditioning. How interesting. Even this is a great challenge for a Taurian woman, I tell you, because Yeah, Taurus likes tradition and live by tradition, but you've understood what's best for you and your children, and you've dared to take the step outside your marriage, no matter what the cost. That's very admirable, really. Be proud. Through this shedding, you're finally feeling truth's bare skin as you place your fingers upon your face, finally coming home to yourself. This truth, Satya, has been dormant inside you all along, waiting until your awakening. Through this process of understanding and unlearning and evolving, you become a body awakened person. Continue to step into this new paradigm of truth as you shed all false beliefs, narratives, and stories so you can emerge as your true self. Ask yourself, where and how can I show up more authentically in my life? I think you're doing a great job. What makes me feel like I'm living in my truth? I think what you're doing now is going to make you feel that way. Are my relationships in alignment with who I am at this moment? No, it wasn't. You were brave enough to leave. What masks am I still wearing to make me feel loved, secure, or significant? I think you've shed them. I really do. Taurus, thanks for passing by. Hope to see you again sometime. Bye.